In the tapestry of life, we are often caught in the threads of yesterday and tomorrow. Our minds, like restless butterflies, flit between memories and expectations. We dwell on past regrets, anxieties about the future coloring our present moments. But what if we could gently pause this endless cycle? What if we could find stillness amidst the constant motion? The present moment, often overlooked, holds the key to unlocking a life of greater peace and fulfillment. It is in the now, and only in the now, that we truly experience life. The past is gone, its lessons learned or left behind. The future is yet to be written, its possibilities unknown. Only the present moment offers the precious gift of experience. This moment, right here, right now, is where life unfolds. It is in the gentle breeze on our skin, the warmth of the sun on our face, the sound of laughter shared with loved ones. By learning to embrace the present, we open ourselves to a world of richness and beauty that often goes unnoticed. We step off the treadmill of worry and step into the fullness of life as it is meant to be lived, moment by precious moment. The human mind is a complex organ, capable of incredible feats of memory and imagination. Yet this capacity to revisit the past and project into the future can cause suffering. We replay past hurts and fret over future misfortunes. The past can teach us, but excessive dwelling prevents present engagement. Planning is essential, but anxiety robs present joy. The present moment is a still point in a spinning wheel. Learning to find this still point grounds us in the now. We develop detachment, creating space for peace and clarity. The ability to be present is not a skill reserved for monks or yogis meditating on mountaintops. It is an innate human capacity available to each of us, regardless of our circumstances. Like any muscle, our presence muscle grows stronger with practice. The more we consciously choose to bring our attention to the present moment, the easier it becomes to reside there. Reclaiming the now is not about denying the past or ignoring the future. It is about recognizing that the present moment is the only place where life is truly lived. It is about making a conscious choice to shift our focus from the regrets of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow to the richness and vibrancy of the here and now. Each moment is a new beginning, a fresh canvas upon which we can paint the masterpiece of our lives. By embracing the present, we unlock the door to boundless possibilities. We free ourselves from the shackles of past conditioning and future fears, stepping into the fullness of our being. Living in the present moment is not a destination we arrive at, but a journey we embark upon. There will be moments when our minds wander, caught in the familiar grooves of worry or regret. This is natural. The key is to notice these thoughts without judgment and gently guide our attention back to the present. Just as a gardener tends to their garden with care and attention, so too must we cultivate the garden of our minds. Through consistent practice, we can train our minds to become more present, more aware, and more appreciative of the beauty that surrounds us in each moment. This journey of mindfulness is not about achieving a state of perfect stillness or eliminating all thoughts. It is about learning to relate to our thoughts and emotions in a new way with curiosity, kindness, and acceptance. It is about embracing the fullness of life, with all its joys and sorrows, challenges and triumphs, as they arise in the eternal now. We often speak of time as if it were a linear progression, a straight line stretching from the past through the present and into the future. We mark its passage with clocks and calendars, birthdays and anniversaries. But what if this perception of time is merely an illusion, a construct of the mind? Physics tells us that time is not absolute but relative, influenced by factors such as gravity and velocity. Our experience of time is also subjective, speeding up or slowing down depending on our state of mind. When we are engaged in enjoyable activities, time seems to fly by. Conversely, when we are bored or anxious, time can feel like it is crawling. This elasticity of time suggests that our perception of it as a rigid, linear progression is not entirely accurate. The present moment, the only moment we ever truly have, is constantly fleeting, transforming from the recent past into the near future in a continuous flow. By clinging to past regrets or future worries, we miss the richness and aliveness of this ever-changing present moment. If the present moment is so fleeting, so easily lost in the currents of time, how can we learn to anchor ourselves more firmly in the now? The answer lies in recognizing that presence is not something that happens to us, it is a choice we make moment by moment. Every time our minds wander into the past or the future, we have a choice. We can allow ourselves to be swept away by the currents of thought, or we can gently guide our attention back to the present. Like training a puppy to walk on a leash, it takes patience, persistence, and a gentle touch. This conscious choice to return to the present moment is the essence of mindfulness. It is not about emptying our minds of all thoughts, but rather about becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It is about observing the activity of the mind without being carried away by it. Where we direct our attention is one of the most powerful choices we make. It shapes our perceptions, influences our emotions, and ultimately creates our reality. When we are lost in thought, we are disconnected from the present moment, our attention scattered across the vast landscape of the mind. By cultivating present moment awareness, we begin to shift our attention from the internal world of thoughts to the external world of sensations. We start to notice the subtle details of our surroundings, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the coolness of the breeze, the vibrant colors of nature. As we practice paying attention to the present moment, we begin to appreciate the richness and beauty that surrounds us, often overlooked in the busyness of daily life. We develop a sense of gratitude for the simple things, finding joy in the ordinary moments that make up the tapestry of our lives. In today's fast-paced world, our senses are constantly bombarded with stimuli. Our phones buzz with notifications, our inboxes overflow with emails, and the constant hum of traffic and technology creates a backdrop of ambient noise. It's no wonder that finding stillness can feel like an impossible task. Yet, stillness is not the absence of noise or activity, but rather a state of inner peace that we can access regardless of our external circumstances. Just as a rock remains grounded at the bottom of a rushing river, we too can find a sense of stillness amidst the chaos of daily life. One way to cultivate stillness is through the practice of mindfulness meditation. By setting aside even a few minutes each day to sit or lie down in a quiet space and focus on our breath, we begin to train our minds to become more still. As we become more aware of our thoughts, we can choose to let them pass by without getting carried away by them. Our culture often emphasizes doing over being, productivity over presence. We measure our worth by how much we accomplish, how many tasks we can check off our to-do lists. While striving towards goals is important, it's easy to get caught up in the endless cycle of doing and lose sight of the present moment. Shifting from a doing mode to a being mode involves cultivating a sense of acceptance for what is, rather than constantly striving for what could be. It means allowing ourselves to simply be present in each moment, without judgment or the need to change anything. When we are able to embrace the present moment without resistance, we open ourselves up to a deeper level of peace and contentment. We begin to appreciate the beauty of life as it unfolds, moment by moment, without needing it to be any different than it is. Often the most extraordinary moments in life are found not in grand gestures or exotic adventures, but in the simple everyday experiences that we often take for granted. The warmth of the sun on our face, the laughter of loved ones, the feeling of the earth beneath our feet, these seemingly ordinary moments hold within them the potential for profound joy and connection. When we are present, we are able to fully appreciate the richness and beauty of these simple pleasures. We savor the taste of our food, we listen attentively to the birds singing, we feel the warmth of a hug from a loved one with our whole being. By learning to find joy in the ordinary, we transform the mundane into the magical. We discover that happiness is not something to be pursued in the future, but something to be experienced right here, right now, in the richness of the present moment. In the whirlwind of daily life, our minds race from one thought to the next. This mental chatter can be a source of stress and distraction. How do we find peace? The answer lies in our breath. Our breath is a natural anchor to the present moment. Focus on the steady rhythm of inhalation and exhalation. Our bodies are a constant source of sensation, yet we often move through the world with little awareness. The body scan meditation helps cultivate awareness of our physical sensations, bring attention to different body parts, noticing sensations without judgment, develop a deeper connection to your body and inhabit it fully. Walking, such a simple and everyday act, often goes unnoticed. Mindful walking offers us an opportunity to bring greater awareness to the act of walking. Connect with the sensations of your body in motion and appreciate the world around you. Find a quiet place where you can walk undisturbed for a few minutes. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, your weight balanced evenly. Begin walking slowly, paying close attention to the sensations of your feet. Engage all your senses, the feel of the breeze, the sounds, the scents. Our senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, are our gateways to the present moment. By consciously engaging our senses, we awaken to the richness and vibrancy of the present moment. Sensory awareness practices can be as simple as appreciating the taste of your morning coffee or the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. The key is to bring your full attention to the experience, savoring the sensations without judgment or distraction. Notice the subtle nuances of each sensation, the different shades of color in a flower petal, the high and low notes in a piece of music. As you practice engaging your senses, you may find that your appreciation for the world around you deepens. In the midst of our busy lives, it's easy to focus on what's lacking or what could be better. Cultivating a practice of gratitude can help us to shift our perspective, to appreciate the good in our lives, and to experience greater peace and contentment. Gratitude is not about denying challenges, but choosing to focus on the positive aspects of our lives. One way to cultivate gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for, big or small. Another way to practice gratitude is to reflect on the things you are grateful for throughout the day. The key is to bring your attention to the good that is already present in your life and to allow yourself to feel grateful for it. This practice can help us to appreciate the many blessings that surround us in the present moment. Eating, like breathing and walking, is often an unconscious act. Mindful eating invites us to slow down, engage all our senses, and savor the experience of eating with greater awareness and appreciation. When we eat mindfully, we become more attuned to our body's hunger and fullness cues, making healthier food choices. Begin by choosing a meal or snack that you can eat without distractions. Before you take your first bite, take a moment to appreciate the appearance of your food. As you take your first bite, chew your food slowly and mindfully, paying attention to the flavors and textures in your mouth. Notice the different sensations: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, crunchy, creamy, chewy. As you continue eating, put your fork down between bites and give your full attention to the experience of tasting and savoring your food. In a world often filled with judgment and negativity, cultivating compassion for ourselves and others can be a powerful antidote. Loving kindness meditation or metta meditation helps us develop greater compassion, kindness, and acceptance. This practice involves silently repeating phrases of loving kindness and goodwill towards ourselves and others. Find a comfortable seated position, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Begin by directing feelings of loving kindness towards yourself with phrases like, "May I be well, may I be happy." After spending some time on yourself, bring to mind someone you love dearly and direct the same phrases towards them. As you repeat these phrases, allow yourself to really feel the sentiments behind them. Regular practice can help reduce stress, improve emotional well-being, and foster greater empathy and compassion. In the relentless torrent of modern life, our minds are often caught in a whirlwind of thoughts. The practice of being present offers a refuge from this inner storm. When we bring our attention to the present moment, we step off the treadmill of thinking and enter the realm of simply being. This inner peace is an active state of awareness, of being fully present with what is, without resistance or judgment. It is in this space of acceptance that we find true peace, a deep sense of calm that arises from knowing that we are exactly where we need to be. As we cultivate a practice of being present, we may find that this inner peace begins to permeate more and more of our lives. We may notice that we are less reactive to stress, more able to let go of negative thoughts, and more capable of finding moments of joy and contentment. Stress has become an all too familiar companion in modern life. While we can't always control the external circumstances that contribute to stress, we can learn to regulate our internal responses through mindfulness. When we are present in the moment, we are less likely to be hijacked by our emotions. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, have a profound impact on our physiological response to stress. These practices help to calm the nervous system, lower blood pressure, and reduce the production of stress hormones. By engaging in these practices regularly, we can build resilience to stress and develop a greater sense of emotional well-being. We learn to approach our emotions with curiosity and kindness, recognizing them as temporary states that arise and pass away like waves in the ocean. In today's digital age, our attention is constantly being pulled in 1,000 different directions. The practice of mindfulness offers a powerful antidote to this digital distraction. When we cultivate present moment awareness, we strengthen our ability to focus our attention on the task at hand. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, train our minds to become more aware of distractions when they arise. With regular practice, we develop a greater capacity for sustained attention, allowing us to work more efficiently and engage more fully in the activities that matter most to us. This enhanced focus and concentration not only benefits our work and productivity, but also enriches our enjoyment of everyday experiences. When we are fully present, we are more likely to notice the subtle details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Our relationships with others are among the most precious gifts in life. Practicing presence in our relationships involves bringing our full attention to the person in front of us. It means putting down our phones, silencing our inner critic, and truly listening to what they have to say without judgment or interruption. When we are present with others, we create a space for deeper intimacy and connection. We are better able to understand their perspectives, empathize with their feelings, and offer genuine support and compassion. This mindful presence strengthens our bonds with loved ones, creating more fulfilling and meaningful relationships. Practicing mindfulness in our interactions with others can help us to navigate conflicts more skillfully. We can approach disagreements with greater understanding and compassion, finding resolutions that work for everyone involved. Many of us go through life on autopilot, unaware of the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that are driving our actions and shaping our experiences. The practice of being present invites us to turn our attention inward to become more aware of our internal landscape. Through mindfulness practices such as meditation and self-reflection, we begin to notice the constant stream of thoughts, emotions, and sensations that arise within us. This increased self-awareness is not about self-judgment or criticism. It is about approaching ourselves with curiosity and kindness, seeking to understand the underlying motivations and beliefs that shape our experiences. As we become more aware of our inner workings, we develop a greater capacity for self-compassion and acceptance. The key is to approach these moments with gentleness and understanding, recognizing that self-acceptance is a practice, not a perfect state. In the grand tapestry of life, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day details and the pursuit of external achievements. The practice of being present invites us to step off the treadmill of doing and reconnect with our deepest values, passions, and aspirations. When we are fully present in the moment, we are better able to listen to our inner wisdom, to hear the whispers of our hearts guiding us towards a life of greater purpose and meaning. This doesn't mean that we need to have all the answers or that our life's purpose will be immediately clear. It's about cultivating a sense of openness and curiosity, of paying attention to the things that bring us joy, ignite our passions, and make us feel truly alive. This alignment with our purpose brings a sense of fulfillment, meaning, and satisfaction that transcends external achievements. Throughout this exploration of mindful living, we've journeyed through the significance of embracing the present moment. We've explored the transformative power of attention, discovering that where we choose to focus, our awareness shapes our perception of reality. Like a gentle whisper amidst the cacophony of daily life, the present moment extends a constant invitation, an invitation to step off the treadmill of worry and step into the vibrant tapestry of now. It beckons us to release the weight of past regrets and future anxieties, to ground ourselves in the richness of the present experience. This invitation is not a demand, nor is it a burden. It is a reminder that life is not meant to be endured or rushed through, but rather to be savored, moment by precious moment. In a world that often prioritizes productivity, achievement, and the relentless pursuit of more, the present moment can seem like an elusive sanctuary. We may feel pressured to constantly be doing, achieving, and striving, leaving little space for simply being. Yet it is in the stillness of the present moment that we reconnect with the sacredness of life itself. When we slow down, breathe deeply, and tune into our senses, we begin to awaken to the extraordinary beauty that surrounds us in the most ordinary of moments. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the gentle breeze rustling through leaves, the sound of laughter shared with loved ones. These seemingly mundane experiences become imbued with a sense of wonder and awe when viewed through the lens of present moment awareness. This awakening to the sacredness of now is not about denying the challenges or difficulties that life inevitably brings. It is about recognizing that even amidst adversity, there is always something to be grateful for, something to appreciate, something to learn. It is about finding moments of peace and beauty in the midst of chaos, moments of connection and love in the midst of loneliness. Living a life of presence is not a destination we arrive at, but rather an ongoing journey of awareness and intention. It is a practice, a commitment to showing up fully in each and every moment, to bringing a quality of attention and intentionality to all that we do. This practice begins with the simple act of noticing the sensations of our bodies, the thoughts that arise in our minds, the emotions that stir within our hearts. It is about becoming more attuned to the present moment, to the ever-changing flow of experience that constitutes our lives. As we cultivate greater awareness, we naturally begin to make different choices. We may choose to spend less time lost in thought or distracted by technology and more time engaged in activities that bring us joy and nourishment. We may choose to approach our relationships with greater intentionality, listening more deeply, communicating more authentically, and cherishing the precious gift of connection. The benefits of mindful living extend far beyond our individual experiences. When we cultivate presence in our own lives, we create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around us, our families, friends, communities, and the world at large. When we are more present, we are more patient, more compassionate, and more understanding. We are less likely to react impulsively or to judge others harshly. We are more likely to offer kindness, support, and a listening ear to those in need. This ripple effect of mindfulness can be seen in the way we interact with our loved ones, the way we approach our work, and the way we engage with the world around us. When we are grounded in the present moment, we bring a quality of peace, presence, and intentionality to all that we do, creating a more harmonious and compassionate world for ourselves and for generations to come. The journey of mindful living is not about achieving a state of perfect stillness or eliminating all thoughts and distractions. It is about learning to relate to our experiences, including our imperfections, with greater kindness, acceptance, and compassion, There will be times when our minds wander, when we get caught up in worries or regrets, when we fall short of our own expectations. These moments are not failures, but rather opportunities for growth and learning. They offer a chance to practice self-compassion, to acknowledge our humanness, and to gently guide our attention back to the present moment. The practice of mindfulness is not about striving for perfection, but rather about embracing the fullness of our human experience, with all its joys and sorrows, triumphs and challenges. It is about learning to meet ourselves exactly where we are in each and every moment, with kindness and compassion. The journey of mindful living is not a somber or serious pursuit, but rather an invitation to rediscover the joy and wonder that are inherent in every moment of our lives. When we slow down, pay attention, and cultivate a sense of gratitude, we open ourselves up to a world of beauty, connection, and possibility that we may have overlooked before. We begin to notice the simple pleasures that life has to offer, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the taste of a delicious meal, the sound of laughter shared with loved ones. We find joy in the ordinary, magic in the mundane, and a sense of awe and wonder in the everyday miracles that surround us. This journey of joy and wonder is not about seeking out extraordinary experiences, but rather about approaching the ordinary with a renewed sense of curiosity, appreciation, and gratitude. It is about finding the extraordinary within the ordinary, the sacred within the mundane. The present moment is all we ever have. It is the only place where life truly unfolds, where love is expressed, where joy is experienced, where connection is made. By embracing the power of now, we unlock the potential for a life filled with peace, purpose, and fulfillment. This doesn't mean that we ignore the past or disregard the future. It simply means that we recognize that the present moment is the only place where we can truly make a difference, where we can create the life we desire, where we can connect with our deepest selves and with the world around us. The power of now is not a mystical concept, but rather a practical invitation to live our lives with greater awareness, intentionality, and joy. It is a reminder that the present moment is a gift, a precious opportunity to create the life we desire, one mindful moment at a time.